What's up, CFM? This is Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. We're going to begin today's workout with 2 rounds of the warm-up. 30 calories on the first round, 20 calories, a little bit faster on the second round. Grab you a PVC pipe, maybe a barbell, all right, for the second round. We're going to start with some PVC pass-throughs. We're just loosening up the shoulders. And this one, if the bend in the elbows occurs right behind the head, then I don't want you to go any further, right? Because you've lost the ability to stretch the pec once your elbows have bent. So just push against that limit a little bit. If you can't get all the way around into the small of your back, that's okay. We're just going for the stretch, not for the range of touching the PVC pipe to your back, okay? After that, we're gonna do a combo of push press and then push jerk. And the intent, anytime I put those two movements together, or a strict press, push jerk, the intent of that is to work on skill and to feel the difference between what a push press is and what a push jerk is. The push jerk is more complicated, but it's also more efficient, right? When we jump and land versus that single push press, right? So push press, again, is dip, drive, press, right? I'm trying to seamlessly integrate the extension of my hips with the press of my arms, reset to my shoulders, dip, drive, press. And then when I go to the jerk, right, that is my jump, press, and land. So I am jumping, driving myself down to that catch position with my knees bent and my elbows straight, and then standing all the way up, all right? And you should feel an efficiency difference, especially when you use a bar or any weight, right? You should feel an efficiency difference between the jerk and the push press, okay? Then we're gonna go to some kips. So again, just loosening up the shoulders, preparing our shoulders for that overhead work, as well as the hanging work that we're gonna do in the workout. And then a 20-second barbell overhead hold. So we're just working on stability of the shoulders there, so you can have that bar in the rack, pick it up over your head, right? And just hold that overhead position. Try to keep your abs nice and braced, pull your rib cage down, right? And then back in the rack. Totally safe that way, right? When you finish with that, then we're doing our push jerk warm-ups, right? So get through all the way through the general warm-up first, and then we're doing a set of 8, set of 5, set of 3, increasing weight each time. When we do the push jerk, you can do it from the rack, but also as the weight gets heavier, you may not feel like bringing the last rep down onto your shoulders. And so an option for that is to, like, if I'm doing the jerk right here, is I could have 2 spotters on either side with their arms overhead, and they could help me lower it down to my shoulders, because a lot of times getting it to the top position is easier than in control bringing it back down to your shoulders. And if you feel at all unsafe whenever you're doing that, just remember the bar can go to the ground, right? We can drop the bumper plates. You just have to get it back up into the rack, right? So we're doing push jerk is the movement for today, as opposed to last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, it was split jerk, right? So we were intentionally practicing the split jerk. Today I want to intentionally practice the push jerks. We'll stay in line and they will go width out to shoulder width, right? So I take the bar in the rack, take my couple steps backwards, right? And I do my jerk, dip, drive, press and land, stand tall, recover the feet, and that's a rep, all right? Back down to my shoulders. All right, and do 3 reps of that, and that is a set. Back into the rack, and I would like to see incremental weight increases as we go across those 5 sets to work on skill and loading. If you are brand new to the push jerk, you've never done it before, then it would be a smart thing to do to keep the weight lighter and keep the reps higher. Do like 5 sets of 5 instead of 5 sets of 3, and just keep with the empty bar or slightly above the empty bar. If you're much more comfortable with this movement, feel free, load it up, go for something challenging. When we're done with that, we have a single 4-time conditioning workout that is a couplet. It is rowing and knees to elbows. Knees to elbows is not a movement that I program a ton, but it is in the chain of hanging knee raise to toes to bar, lying leg raise. It's in that same genre. It's just a slightly different one where we're actually trying to physically touch our knees to our elbows, right? So it's not knees to armpits or knees to triceps, it's knees to elbows. And this is a very challenging movement when you get it to the full range of motion, but I'm trying to get that kipping movement and bring my knees all the way up to touch my elbows. I've got to really incline my torso backwards in order to get my knees up that high, right? So if you can do knees to elbows, great. If you can do a hanging knee raise, that's great. A lying leg raise or a lying knees to elbows is another option, where you're laying down on the ground, holding on to the rig overhead and bringing your knees up towards your elbows in that manner, okay? So it'll be a descending rep scheme, 1,000-meter row, so think 4 to 5 minutes, 25 reps of the knees to elbow, 800-meter row, so think again like 345 to like 415 or 420, something like that. All right, so those are the way that we will decrease the reps and the distances as we go through. Expect this to be in the range of 20 minutes for the full workout, okay? That's it for this Thursday. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you guys on Friday.